I'm back after a month of not uploading. How awesome is that? Why I haven't been uploading, I could not tell you, but just haven't. Today marks a new day on the channel, and today I wanted to show off a big project of mine that I've been working on for a bit. Still a big work in progress, and I really hope y'all enjoy this project as we go along with it. Now, for a little background on this overall project, my favorite superhero movie of all time is The Dark Knight. I think that is the pinnacle of superhero movies. I know there's going to be some person in the comments saying something about, oh, it's not a comic book movie, it's just a crime movie with Batman in it. On a serious note, though, I love The Dark Knight. I think it's the cinematography, the music, the acting. It's the best superhero film of all time, in my opinion. And this project is a build of the suit from The Dark Knight. To give a sort of general gist of what the suit looks like, it's very tactical looking. It's a very interesting look. It's definitely a more, I guess, realistic take on Batman, which was kind of the whole premise of the Dark Knight trilogy. But thing is, with this overall suit, it's very skinny, if that makes sense. But there's a lot of detail in it. So this has been, so far it's been a smooth ride, but not exactly a easy one because there is a lot to cover. But today this video is just going to be showing off what I have done so far. It's not really a tutorial of sorts. If you want a tutorial, there's probably someone on the internet that's done tutorials, but I just kind of want to show off what I've done so far. And I'll probably be posting more progress as time goes on if this video does well and if you enjoy it. Make sure y'all check out my shorts too. They've been doing pretty well so far. They're all kind of update videos on my collections and stuff like that. I was originally going to do a full video, but I just decided not to. I thought shorts would probably be better. Also, it helps the algorithm, so besides that. But yeah, hope y'all enjoy today's video. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. So the first thing we're going to go over is the cowl. Now, the cowl is probably the most important part of the Batman costume, especially from The Dark Knight. It's a sort of tight looking cowl, I guess. It's the only real way I can describe it. But also this is the neck that's part of it, but it's on a little styrofoam mannequin head. But I do want to give a quick thank you and shout out to Dali Lomo for the templates on this. I'll leave a link in the description to his video, and with the template, it's also the tutorial and stuff like that. But thank you, Dali Lomo, for that. But as you can see, it's not in the greatest condition, mainly because I did something that I've never done before with this. So usually I make a lot of the other costumes I've made, like these, they're typically made with cardboard, and I don't usually use stuff like spackling as well, which is something I also used. And I used foam and spackling, and while the foam was really good material and it's very like flexible, the main issue is the spackling. If you can see, like, the seams are very, they do not look that good. I did not cover the seams very well. Also, they're cracking at certain areas, and that's kind of a issue because I want it to look as smooth as possible. But I realize that it's the kind of spackling that I'm using. It's not very good spackling because it's just regular spackling, and I recently found out that there's a such thing as flexible spackling. So hopefully in another update video I'll have the flexible spackling on this. But yeah, let's, I guess, go ahead and put on what I have so far. So this is the helmet on. It's a bit of a tighter fit, but it's not too tight to where, like, I feel like I'm gonna combust in this.
What do you mean by that?
But it's a pretty good fit. The only thing is, with this part, there's of course a big gap because you have to Velcro this spot here, or else you can't put it on. But besides that, I really like the way it looks. One thing that is an issue though is that the eyes, you have to put like paint on your eyes, or like eye makeup or whatever, because that's how it is in the film. But I can breathe pretty well in this, especially with my mouthpiece here. But I didn't open the nose here, so I'll probably have to do that later. But for the most part, I really like this. This is just regular. I think this is regular craft foam from like Michaels or something. And the way I connected and like pretty much put all the pieces together was just hot glue. I was gonna use contact cement, but that stuff smells awful and it takes forever to dry. So I'm honestly fine with the hot glue. I mean, it's held well for the last few months because I've had this done since like February. But overall, I really like the way it looks. Of course, I'm gonna recover the seams. Also, I noticed that the paint like on the seams is not the same as like it is on like the foam, so that's a problem. But also, I use glossy black instead of just matte black because it's matte black in the movie, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But regardless, I'm still really proud with what I've done so far. Of course, I gotta do some final additions, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the way the helmet looks. The next piece to this puzzle is the neck piece. Now, just so you know, this neck piece, like all the pieces in the template, whatever, is not from Dalai Lama. It's actually from Propway. So I'll leave a link in the description to his YouTube video because he actually was the one that mainly inspired me to do this. And he had all the templates ready, which was really nice. So that's pretty much for the whole suit. The entire suit is all his templates and whatnot. So thanks to him for that. But this is the neck. Now, the neck is not finished because there still has to be like this mesh piece and I need to paint it. But overall, the neck is pretty good. Again, because it's foam, you can actually move with it. And the way I get it on, there's like this Velcro piece back here that I just take on and off. Velcro has been pretty much my friend this whole time while making this costume. It's helped a lot with pretty much just putting stuff on and on. It's a great thing, so I would definitely recommend this, especially if you have trouble with sizing. So definitely get Velcro if you're ever going to do this. Also, if you're using the templates, make sure you size them. I just printed them out because relatively all the sizing was fit to mine, which was awesome. But yeah, that's something you just need to look out for when making these costumes. But overall, this is not a very hard thing to do. It's just made up of like 4 or 5 pieces, I can't remember. But it's like this middle part and then these like other parts. These you have to mirror because they're all the same on that side. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this feels. I can move my head pretty well on this. Probably a few changes I'll need to make to it, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the way the neck looks. So the next thing we're going to go over is the chest and back plate, or really just like old upper body section of this. But this entire part is all one piece, but they're all of course separate pieces to the template. It's like a big puzzle, you kind of just have to figure out what goes where. But the front here, again, this is all Propway's templates. There are a few changes that I made to it. Well, not really editing the template, but I use the templates as like a base to make the chest is very different to the way he did it. He used like a thicker piece of craft foam, and I just kind of cut it down to where I could fit these top pieces on here. You also got the bat logo there, which looks pretty awesome. Also, this bottom part here that I added, this is not a part of his either. I just added it because it's like a part of the suit, but I also kind of realized it's not the most accurate. It kind of juts out more, so I'm gonna have to redo that part. But pretty much that's what it looks like right there. And then here is the back. So you can see there's like a Velcro thing in the back here. That's for whenever I put it on because I can't slide it on my big head. So yeah, but yeah, the back piece is pretty cool. I really like the way he set it up. It's like, again, it's like a big puzzle piece, and of course you're gonna have to mirror those sides, which is a lot of this. And then the entire thing connecting this is like this. It's another like kind of just big puzzle where you mirror a bunch of pieces and then put them all together, and then you have to glue it on. Now, before you glue those pieces on, I would highly recommend that you kind of like, if depending on what kind of color craft foam you're using, take like a Sharpie or something, and then just outline where you're gonna pretty much place the things, like pretty much here. I don't know if you can see, but there's, I think, some marking still there. But yeah, that's kind of how I did that. And then also mark your pretty much what side it is. That'll definitely help you as well, so you don't get confused or glued on the wrong side, because I've definitely made that mistake in the past. But yeah, I would say overall do that. Also, just make sure you can get it as even as possible, because that's definitely the hardest part about this, is just giving it as even and as clean as possible. But it's not going to be perfect all the time. But yeah, also I would recommend here add like a piece of foam, just kind of help glue it down and keep it secure. That'll definitely help with the overall process. And also just make it stronger. Also reinforce with hot glue a lot of it, and use Velcro and size it. So that's all I really have to say about the chest. I'll go ahead and put it on for y'all. Alright, so this is me with the chest piece on. I think it looks pretty cool. I think the most difficult part is just kind of making it tighter. That's gonna be something I'm gonna have to do. I'll probably have to like strap it, because I don't think the back really sits flush on my own back. So just keep that as a reminder. Also, I forgot to mention, there's these little Velcro pieces here. That's for the shoulders, which I'll show off here in a little bit. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. This is going to be one of the few pieces that you actually have to be able to take off your own costume, because there's other parts of the costume which I haven't gotten to yet, but you're going to have to glue directly onto, say, like the suit that you end up buying, like the black long sleeve or whatever. But pretty much, yeah, again, I didn't really have to resize it for myself. It relatively fits very well. There's not really much else I have to say about it, just the chest. Next thing we're going to go over is the shoulders. Now, the shoulders are pretty simple. They are also made up of multiple pieces, but relatively they're not that hard to follow. I think I use like 3mm craft foam for this. That's another thing I should have mentioned. You definitely want to buy a variety of different size craft foam. I would say buy, or EVA foam, whichever works, but I'd say buy 2mm, 3mm, and 5mm, maybe 4mm, maybe 6mm. You don't really, I would say you can just do that, and they're relatively cheap. If you go to Hobby Lobby, they're not that expensive. Like full rolls are not that expensive. I'll probably leave a few links to Amazon or something and link in the description for those. But yeah, pretty much here, like I said, it's a bunch of pieces. The first thing on top, it's like here there's like a seam, if you can see it, but here is like where you're gonna fold it in. It kind of gives it that curved look. And then there's like this piece that goes on top, and then a little small piece, and then there's like this piece that goes in here. It kind of fills it out a little bit more. It's kind of odd the way the shoulder's designed. But then there's like this other piece that goes under it that you'll have to make separately, and then this, which helps you strap it around your arm. Now, something to keep in mind, definitely look at reference photos and the way Propway put it together, because it'll help you kind of understand like where the pieces go. That's something that I had to do multiple times, just going back over the reference photos and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and put it on for you. Alright, so I got the shoulder on. Now, this is where the Velcro comes into play. So there's Velcro like in the shoulder, which connects to where the Velcro I showed earlier connects to the whole upper part of the body, which helps a lot. It is a little impractical because it kind of like pops off, and I don't know if you can hear it, but it's like kind of popping on and off. But relatively it works, and also the strap is pretty tight on my arm, which helps a lot too. And also it just helps with mobility. It's a lot more flexible than if you were to just like completely connect it to this, but it's pretty helpful. I do have the other shoulder, I just didn't feel like putting it on, but this is what it looks like on. You can move pretty well with it on. I'd say overall, just make sure, again, size it, because it's going to help you with the way it's going to look on your arm. But yeah, that's the shoulder. The last thing we're going to go over on this video is the forearms. Now, the forearms are also pretty simple, I'd say. Um, Again, this is definitely one of those things that's going to be crucial in your sizing, because I'm probably going to have to resize these because they are kind of small. Because I have okay forearms, but I would say for the most part, definitely size this one up. Or even if you just print out the regular template, I would probably say to maybe just add like a few lengths on these areas here, because that's like where you're gonna velcro your parts of the forearm. But yeah, it's pretty simple. It's just, so the way he did it, it was like it's like half a piece, but you're supposed to mirror it and to make it into the full piece. What I did was just tracing it and then turned it over, traced it so it's all just one piece when I eventually cut it out on the foam. But yeah, that was pretty easy. And then there's also this section up here. It's like I'm not really sure what it is, but it's just like an extra part. It's like, I don't know, to be honest. And then you have like the spikes here, which is another pretty iconic part of the Batman suit. But yeah, I'd say overall, this was really simple to do. Definitely use thick craft foam for this top part. It'll help stick it out more. Also, I usually use scissors to cut this stuff out, but for stuff like these, where I had to, actually get inside, like I have to cut it from the inside, I used a box cutter, which has been probably the smoothest way. I've tried X-Acto knives. I'm not good with cutting with those, but box cutter, definitely just make sure you put a lot of pressure on it. And yeah, also another thing I would recommend is to get it to like roll, make sure you use like either a heat gun or blow dryer to heat the foam. Or if you buy the rolls, I would say trace it in the direction that you want it to like curve, if that makes sense, like especially for this. But same thing with this. So this was like on the top piece, the white piece. This was from, I think, just like a flat, like it wasn't rolled or anything. It was just a flat 5mm craft foam. I had to use a little bit of heat on it to kind of form it to the forearm. But yeah, definitely do that before you glue it down, because it'll just help with that. And yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and put it on. Alright, so this is what the forearm looks like on. You can probably see though that I'm definitely gonna have to resize it because the Velcro just does not connect exactly like the way I wanted it to. But yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but I don't really care. It was a pretty easy piece to make. I also have this glove on. These are just work gloves. I think they're like electrical gloves that I bought from Harbor Freight, I think. These gloves, they're not the most accurate from the movie. I think there's like a version on Amazon that you can buy that are like, I think they're almost the exact same looking gloves from the movie. But these look pretty good. Maybe a few modifications. I definitely got to cover up that Hardy logo, but it looks really tactical looking, so I just decided to buy it. But yeah, I just still got to paint it. I got to paint all of this. I just got to finish the costume. But the thing is, I'm pretty satisfied with the way this looks. I think it looks pretty awesome. But yeah. But yeah, that kind of concludes what I have so far with this project. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm very sorry for not uploading for like a month, well, like a regular video. I've been uploading shorts here and there, and they've been doing really well, so thank you for anyone who's been watching and supporting. But yeah, this is kind of a mark of stuff that I want to do with the channel. There are a few other things I'm trying to do, like I mentioned in my returns video. But the thing is I just hadn't been uploading. I'm not sure what the next video is gonna be. I think I want to do like an essay video that I mentioned in the returns video, or like some type of analysis. Might do even a review of a game I'm currently playing. But overall, yeah, that's all I really gotta say. But thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and have a beautiful day.